everyone. So I'm going to make Pooh Bear hat, and I'm going to be using chunky yarn, and today I'm using a 5.5mm hook. And I think it's just really important to get Pooh Bear right, that you get the right colour of yellow. So he's a kind of a mustardy colour, so that helps. So I'm going to start off by making a slip knot and chaining 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then slip stitching into the first chain to form a small ring. And into that ring I'm going to do 12 double crochet. So start off by chaining 1 and doing 12 double crochet into the ring. 1, 2, 11 and 12. And then slip stitch to the first double crochet in the round. And that's round 1. Now for round 2 you're going to double to 24 stitches. So start by chaining 1 and into the same stitch do 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. And 2 double crochet in each stitch until you come back to the start. So I've 24 double crochets done, and just slip stitch to the first stitch in the round, and for your final round of increasing, round 3, chain 1 and into the same stitch do 2 double crochet. 1 and 2, and 1 double crochet into the next stitch. 1 double crochet and 2 double crochet into the next stitch. 1, 2, and 1 double crochet into the next stitch. So just repeat that pattern of 2 double crochet into one stitch, 1 double crochet into the next stitch, right the way around until you get back to the beginning. So we've come to the end of that round, and just slip stitch to the top again, and now you're finished increasing. So this is obviously a baby hat. So now what you're going to do is chain 1 and just do 1 double crochet in each stitch around and slip stitch to the top of the round until you get to the desired length. So I will put up at the bottom of the screen how many rounds I'm going to do, because I'm not quite sure yet, and I will meet you when we come near the end of the hat. So I chose to do 7 rows to get to the length that I want. And now I'm just going to change colours. So I'm going to change to the red, and what I do here is I just chain 1, cut the wool and pull that through, and I'm going to crochet that piece into the hat. So I didn't have red chunky wool to match the thickness of this yellow colour, so what I did was I took ordinary red wool and I just doubled it in 2. But if you have chunky wool, it's probably better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reattach the red wool anywhere. So just insert your wool into your hook into your into a stitch and pull the wool through and chain 1. And I'm just going to do a half double crochet around the rim of the hat. So I might just crochet these in along with it. So half double crochet into the same stitch, and then a half double crochet in each stitch around. So you can just, if you hold the wool down, the extra strands, it'll just crochet them into the hat. And the red really brings out the Winnie the Pooh colouring. So you just do that right the way around until you come back to the beginning, and I will meet you back at the end of this round. So I'm just coming near the end of the very last round at the bottom of the hat. Whoops. Okay, and last stitch, and just slip stitch into the first stitch of the round, pull your wool through and chain 1. You can cut that wool there, pull that through, and then just weave that piece of wool in and out. So next I'm going to do the ears for the hat. So how you make the ears is you make a magic circle. So to do a magic circle, wrap the wool around your fingers twice, crossing it over, and insert your hook in between the 2 pieces of wool and pull your wool around like that, and then just chain 1. And into the magic circle, do 12 double crochet. So 1, 12. And then just pull your thread so that it's tight. And then again, just like the start of a hat, just slip stitch for 12. Now for row 2, you're not increasing in each stitch, you're increasing in every second stitch. So chain 1, do 2 double crochets in the first stitch and 1 double crochet in the next stitch. 2 double crochet in the next stitch and 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and so on right around until you come back to the beginning. So it comes back to the beginning and just slip stitch to the first stitch. Okay, so it should start to curve a little bit, and the next row, final row for the ear, is chain 1 and just do 1 double crochet in each stitch, no increasing. So 1, 2, 4, you should have 18, I think, 17 and 18 double crochets, and slip stitch to the first stitch, pull through. Now leave a good length of wool because you're going to be using it to sew the ear onto the hat. So just chain 1 and pull that through. So you just shape your ear like that there. So you make 2 exactly the same. And then what you're going to do is you're going to sew the ears onto the side of the hat like that. So this is the ears sewed on now. I'm starting to look like the finished product. So now I'm just going to make the snout. So to make the snout, I'm going to start off again with a magic ring, magic circle, and chain 1, and into the magic circle do 12 double crochet. 2, and just pull that circle really tight, pull that string really tight, and slip stitch. Now I don't want to make it too big, so I'll go another round or that. For the second row, you're going to do 2 double crochet in each stitch. So you're going to increase to 24 double crochet. So just do 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet in each stitch, and I'll meet you back round when I am finished the round. Okay, so just come into the last stitch. So you should have 24 double crochets in the round, and just slip stitch to the first stitch. Now we don't want to make Winnie's snout too big, but we want to stick it out a bit. So what I'm going to do now is chain 1 and just do 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and that will just make it stick out a little bit. So just do 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So just coming around, last stitch, slip stitch to the first stitch, chain 1, and cut a length of thread long enough to sew the snout on. So it should stick out just a little bit. So for the little triangular nose, I'm going to use black wool, and I'm going to change to a 4mm hook to make it neater. So to make the triangular part, just make a slip knot and chain 2. And into the first chain, do 3 single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1 and turn your work. In the first stitch, increase, do 2 single crochet. In the middle stitch, 1 single crochet, and in the last stitch, 2 single crochet. 1 and 2. Chain 1 and turn your work. Again, you're going to increase, do 2 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in each stitch across until the last stitch. You should have 3 in the middle, and 2 single crochet in the last stitch. For the last row, just chain 1 and do 1 single crochet in each stitch. Across like this. Might be a bit big. Okay, let's see. Yep. And then just chain 1 and cut a length because you're going to need it to sew on to the snout. So now it can be a bit gappy here, but when you're sewing it on, you can sew it on that it's not gappy. So what you need to do now is you need to sew the nose on to the middle of the snout. So I have sewed on the triangle, not brilliant, but sewed on, and I just did a few strands of black down here. And so what you do now is take your hat and take a little tiny bit of stuffing, not too much, and fill the snout with a bit of stuffing. And now put your snout into the right position on the hat, and you're going to sew the snout right round. And then when that is done, take 2 black buttons, or if you want to make crocheted circles you can, but I'm using 2 black buttons, and you just put your buttons, sew your buttons into place, and that will be how you make your Winnie the Pooh hat. And it looks pretty cool. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'd really appreciate a thumbs up, and let me know how you got on actually. Thanks for watching. Bye.